Tip is won by Chicago, and we're ready for Game 3 of Week 1 of the Novato Project. Glad you could join us here. Very familiar starting lineup for Chicago. For those who kept track of the Thibodeau era at the beginning of the 2010s. Curry going inside. Oh, stolen by Gibson. Here comes Chicago. They're out on the run. Butler, baseline shot, no good. And Wiggins comes down with the board. Wiggins, tried to hand it off to Parker. That's the second steal by Gibson. Active hands out of the 32-year-old out of USC. Works it over in the corner to Deng. That won't go. Tip in is good by Joakim Noah. First minute in. Both teams running up and down the floor. Miami, that's the type of game they want to run this season. For Chicago, they'll probably prefer to grind things out as the game progresses. Luol Deng called for the foul on the drive. The Miami Heat consisting of second-generation players, or players who are the sons of former NBAers. In this case, Andrew Wiggins, the son of Mitchell Wiggins, who played mostly in the 1980s. And look at Luol Deng, who was the Iron Man for the Chicago Bulls during those Thibodeau days. And the second free throw is good. 2-all here early on. Rose bringing it up the floor. Now pops Butler, finds him at the point. Tried to get the step on Hardaway and couldn't. Pass inside Gibson and he scores. Curry works it over to Wiggins and hands it back. Screen for Davis, and Curry loses it on the step back. Rose the other way. Steps back himself in the mid-range jumper, no good. Gibson there for the cleanup, no. Rebound by Parker. Wiggins up top. Here's the screen from Davis. Shot inside with contact, no good. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first. Oh, intercepted by Curry, ahead to Wiggins. He's taking it straight to the rack and able to score on the fast break. Wiggins wants that call next time. He's been fearless on the last two possessions, getting to the rim, and he's rewarded the second time. Deng gets it to the roll man, Noah, for the easy lay-in. Post points here for Chicago. All 6 of them. 4 by Noah, 2 by Gibson. Curry for 3. Davis can't get the putback. Ahead to Butler. Rose on the wing, gonna give it to Butler on the post. Forces it up and scores off the backboard and in. 4-9 from the field are the Bulls, and all of it has come in the paint. Curry underneath and fouled by Noah. That last 3 didn't work, so Curry decided to work his way inside. Common misconception that Stephen Curry can only shoot 3s. He's pretty much capable from shooting anywhere on the court. Very crafty on his moves to get inside, and he'll either leave you with that high floating layup or he'll draw the foul and go to the line like now. Curry's first shot up and in. Miami Heat wearing a recontextualized throwback uniform with Nike in their first year as the uniform supplier of the NBA, bringing back the first ever road uniform for the Miami Heat that they wore from '88 to 1999, with a few Nike-centric touches to it. Looking pretty good here on the floor at American Airlines Arena. Curry able to knock down both free throws unsurprisingly, and it's a 8-6 game now in favor of Chicago. Butler had space, but it closed up very quickly. Great recovery by Tim Hardaway, forced Butler to throw that escape pass, and Gibson wasn't there for it. 8:25 left here in the first. Miami looking to tie this game up. Not sure who the oop was for. Definitely a lob and snatched out of the sky by Joakim Noah. Gibson fakes on the perimeter. Parker knows better. Here's Rose. Oh, nifty handoff. But it ends up in the hands of Miami. Gibson having trouble expecting some of these passes here in the first quarter. Oh, behind the back move by Davis, but he almost lost it. Has to kick it out to Hardaway Jr. And the ball snatched away by Noah. Gibson works his way out to the perimeter. What's Chicago going to do next? Butler with the ball, 5 on the shot clock. Gibson screen, but Parker's there to meet him on the hedge. But still able to knock down the mid-range jumper. (10-6), Chicago ahead. Parker facing up and loses the ball to Gibson. Here comes Deng. He has a little trouble corralling it, but he's trying to force the issue inside. Kicks it out to Rose. Reverse to the other side. Now Gibson setting the pick for Deng. And that one, as Wiggins hard ices the screen. And I mean, ice cold. That one sent Deng out of bounds, or into the backcourt. Backcourt violation. Turnover there by Chicago. That's amazing defense right there by Wiggins. Never seen anybody ice a screen like that. And then on the other end, he's able to roll to the basket for the slam and draw the foul. Quite the sequence here for Andrew Wiggins. Iced a screen harder than anyone's ever iced one before. And then able to get inside for the slam on the offensive end. And now he can add one more point to his ledger and get Miami within 1. Eric Spoelstra, more so for his grit and grind offensive style of play. Kind of opening up the game a little bit, considering all the athleticism on his roster. So Miami going to play slightly faster, a little more balanced style of play. And Gibson there for the roll to the rim. So Chicago stays ahead after Wiggins' free throws close the gap. Ball worked around. Wiggins taking on James Johnson. Now Wiggins can't escape, has to force this one up, and it won't go. Rebound Butler. Butler up the floor, met by Hardaway Jr. Ball worked back to Johnson. Johnson, who actually plays for the Miami Heat. Gets it into Butler. And blocked by Parker. Rebound picked up by Wiggins, ahead to Curry. Rose is right there for him. But he's able to quickly get the shot up, and the rebound into the hands of James Johnson. During the Thibodeau era, Johnson actually wasn't really used that much, but he's blossomed into such an important player that he's essentially the sixth or seventh man off the bench, along with Pau Gasol, who comes into the game. Hardaway, corner three. Won't go. Rebound, Johnson again. Gibson in the corner. Rose back to Butler, though that pass was a little soft there. Almost didn't make it. That's why Hardaway dove for it. And that shot misses everything. Now it's Parker ahead. Shoots over Rose. Can't finish. Johnson almost loses the ball. Gets it back. Drives inside. Whole lot of heat around him. He's not afraid, but he's able to put the shot up, but unfortunately miss. Rebound Wiggins. Hardaway tried to get it to Parker, but deflected off of Butler, and the three's no good by Curry. Out pops Butler. Forced the ball inside, swiped away, stolen by Miami, out on the run, but Chicago able to get numbers. Davis to Hardaway. Hardaway takes the mid-range opportunity, won't go. Davis tries to clean it up, that won't go either. Just under 4 minutes left in the first, and it remains 12-9. Not a pretty game offensively here. The two teams helmed by coaches with strong defensive pedigrees. Turnaround jumper by Butler. That won't go either. Curry races to the corner. Trying to force baseline, but ends up having to go back out to the point. Step back three. And the game tied at 12. The drought for both teams finally broken. Rose into the front court. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Butler pulls up mid-range. Put back by Gasol is short, but he's able to get the offensive board. Waits for it, puts it back up and in. And timeout called here to get these subs into the game. Not a lot of offense. 14-12 with 2.5 left in the first quarter. The subs finally in the game here for both teams. Not a lot of scoring, not a lot of great shooting. 39% from the field of Chicago. Miami shooting a putrid 21%. We're going to look to clean things up here with a new lineup. Austin Rivers in the corner. That one will roll out and into the hands of Gasol. Ahead to DJ Augustin. Ball stolen, almost stolen by Rivers. Ends up out of bounds and eventually ends up in the hands of the Miami Heat. 12 points for Miami late here in the first quarter. Andrew Wiggins and Stephen Curry responsible for all of them. Wiggins with 7, he's still in the game. Stephen Curry with 5, he's sitting out. His brother Seth is in the game now. Wiggins facing up here against Tony Snell, and the turnaround jumper goes up and in. That's 9 for Wiggins and 5 for Curry. Now the game's tied at 14. Quick step back, Korver, down low Gasol. Forces it up against Sabonis. Able to get the shot and the foul. Gasol able to school Arvidas' son. Gasol coming late in Coach Thibodeau's run with the Bulls.
Mind the lanes.
But he ended up being a very consistent scoring and rebounding threat for the Chicago Bulls. Seemed to get along well enough with players in the locker room. The question marks came on defense. Now Gasol is with the Spurs, and he's doing pretty well there as well. Now here he is coming off the bench, 6th man for the Bulls. during the Novato Project season. And we'll see if he can work his way into the starting lineup in place of Joakim Noah. As the lineup for the Bulls is more so a legacy sort of thing than a talent thing. 17-14 off of the illegal screen. First quarter wrapping up here. Ball down low. James Johnson on the block. Gonna face up and can't hit the close range shot. Sabonis with the board. Ahead to Wiggins. Wiggins for three straight away, knocks it down. 12 for Wiggins. And a great find by Seth Curry. Waning minute here. And another steal. Here's Miami the other way. Turnovers have been a big issue on both sides. And the alley-oop to Wiggins. Another Curry-Wiggins connection. Augustin bringing it up the floor. Snell on the wing. Smothered by Wiggins. Hot right now, to say the least. Hand off Gasol underneath. And able to draw the foul this time on Jabari Parker. And Chicago now in the bonus.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And Gasol able to knock down the second free throw. 19 all. Shot clock still on, so Miami will have to score on this possession. Wiggins is the hot hand here. He has 14. And he'll get it again. Can he do it again? Oh, no. Can't get 17 here in the first quarter. But he's had a great quarter here as Rose heaves it up. And that will do it for the quarter. So a sloppy first quarter offensively, but the story so far, all the turnovers, all the bad shooting, and Andrew Wiggins with 14. We'll be back with more after this. Not the prettiest first quarter, but we're through it now. 19 all as we start off the second here from South Beach. Game 3 of week 1 of the Novato Project between the Bulls and the Miami Heat. Ball whizzing around the perimeter here, looking for an open shot. Wiggins had 14 in the first quarter, but now he's double teamed. They're on to him here. Is it going to have to be someone else to score? And it's Jabari Parker. There was a time when Parker couldn't hit those threes, but last season he went 36.5% from outside. We'll see if he can knock those down as the game goes on. Bulls' first offensive possession of the quarter. 38% shooting in the first quarter, along with 8 turnovers. That's on pace for 32. But it's Gasol finishing with the slam. He has 9 points, and he's coming off of the bench. He already leads the team in scoring in this game. 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting. As I was saying towards the end of the first quarter there, the starts today for the Bulls were more so legacy related than in terms of talent. So we'll see if Gasol's performance today is able to lead to him starting in the future as Domantas Sabonis is able to score. Got a little more offensive flow here in the early running of the second quarter. 21 all. Tony Snell in the game. Speaking of offense, he's really grown as a perimeter player. And of course, he's very strong on defense there for the Milwaukee Bucks. Gasol again. Looked like the right answer, but the ball just bobbled its way out of the rim. Tied at 21. Ball working its way around. No double team yet for Wiggins as he works to operate. They hit him hard on that screen, though. Good hedge, and Snell knowing to go over, but Miami figures it out. Able to get it to Seth Curry for the three. That is the first. That's not the first. Sabonis's basket actually was the first that wasn't from Wiggins or Steph Curry. So I had missed that, but Seth Curry stepping up as well now. Gasol screen, he slips it. Korver on the other side. Johnson, turnaround mid-ranger's good. Chicago came into the quarter shooting 38%. Miami shooting 32%. And as you saw there, the field goal percentage is starting to raise here as we start to get in motion here with this offense. However, Chicago, though, despite the bad offense out of them in the first quarter, they muddled things. They did a good job of that as Curry throws up the three. Misses off the back of the rim. That lineup couldn't produce a lot of offense, but it was able to muddy up Miami's offense even worse. So you got to give props to that. And I think that's also something to consider in terms of lineups moving forward. Stolen by Parker. Parker trying to get out on the run, gets past Korver and draws the foul. First on Korver. Parker saw Chicago had numbers, but he saw who those numbers were. Korver, not known as the best transition defender, so Parker decided why not. Took it to the rim and was rewarded with a whistle. A lot of field goals not falling in the early going here for either team, but you know what has been, and I might just jinx it now, are the free throws. Just did. Leading up to that miss, all 8 free throws attempted by both sides went in. 3 of 3 for Chicago, 5 of 5 for Miami. But now, Miami is 5 of 6 from the line. And Miami finishes out with a point on that possession. 8:46 remaining in the second, and the Heat hanging on to a small lead. Korver, down low, Gasol. He's been going to work here ever since he stepped on the floor. Kick out to Korver. Usually the answer, but defender was right there for him. And Augustin was almost running out of time there. 2.6 on the shot clock. Probably would have had to force up a bad shot, but Sabonis bails him out with a foul. Snell set to inbound. Here's Korver, puts up the three. Able to knock that one down, 26-25. Wiggins has been silenced here in the second quarter. Not much of a surprise. You know Chicago was going to adjust to that 14-point explosion he displayed in the first quarter. As Seth Curry knocks down another three. So as Wiggins is locked down, Curry looking to shine. Augustin bringing it into the front court. And Curry a little too overzealous, trying to impede Augustin's path, and that's a blocking foul. Rose back in the game. Butler almost worked past Hardaway, but Hardaway keeps up with him, and Butler still able to score the mid-range shot. 28 all. Seven and a half remaining here in the second quarter. Sabonis taking it to James Johnson.
2 shots, gentlemen.
And Johnson picks up the foul by Sabonis. First free throw up and in for Sabonis. He had to force that one in. Domantas Sabonis, son of Arvydas Sabonis, a world basketball legend for years. He was a legend over in Europe in the Euro League, and then he finally came over to the NBA and didn't miss a beat with the Portland Trailblazers. One of the best passing big men you'll ever see. And his son is able to knock down the free throws, makes it a 30-28 game. Johnson turns around, no good. Pulled down by Sabonis. The brothers Curry both in the game at the same time. Seth operating as the off guard, Stephen as the shooting guard. And that three isn't good. Only one made field goal so far for Stephen Curry. The Chicago defense has been giving him problems early on. And now faced with the mismatch. Oh, mismatch be darned. He stripped that one from Butler. And now here's Hardaway on the run to lay that up and in. And another foul called on James Johnson. Hardaway taking that to the rack. Tim Hardaway Jr., not the first Tim Hardaway to wear this uniform. His father, who first made his name, first patented crossover in his scoring ability with the Golden State Warriors, came to the Miami Heat in the mid-90s. Made a name for himself there running the point alongside the likes of Alonzo Mourning and Dan Marley. And as a result, the young Tim Hardaway Jr. ended up being born and raised in Miami. So not only is he wearing the same jersey as his father, representing that family legacy, but he's also repping for his hometown of Miami. Not able to knock down the second free throw, though. 31-28. Deng by himself for three. Won't go. Noah skies in for the putback. Passing the halfway point here of the second quarter. Seth Curry almost loses the ball. Hardaway Jr. open three is good. Miami looking to the perimeter, trying to take to the skies to create a larger margin here against the Bulls, who are a gritty defensive team, but they haven't been utilizing their perimeter guys a whole lot. Between Korver and Snell, who's currently on the bench, Butler can shoot threes, but he doesn't look to do that very often. 2-point game, 34-32. Up top is Curry. Hardaway works around a crowd and is able to sky in for the layup, but it won't go. And into Rose. There's Gibson on the wing. Butler posting up Seth Curry. Has the advantage, but Curry came over for the double team. Helping his brother out, Nance able to block him after Hardaway funneled him into the paint. Bad pass. Curry tried to save it and couldn't. 4:30 remaining in the second quarter, 2-point game. Miami ahead. Rose gets by Curry, but can't finish the shot. Rebound by Ed Davis. Here's Curry. Step back over Noah. No good. And the putback, second chance opportunity, good by Ed Davis. Had to go reverse on that shot. Otherwise, that probably would have been smacked off the backboard by Noah. Gibson facing up here against Nance. Hook shot, no good. Pass ahead to Hardaway. He had to high point that ball. Oh, spin move. Can he finish? No. Off the heel of the rim. Davis goes back up, tries to clean things up. Nothing but Bulls there for the rebound, and they left Davis on the outside looking in. So here are the Bulls. About 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Trying to keep this game from getting out of hand. They're close. 4-point game. Gibson goes up, won't finish, gets his own rebound. And he's able to go up and draw the foul from Ed Davis. Great tenacity there by Taj Gibson. Hustle, tenacity, rebounding prowess. It was all there, and it's all things that Taj Gibson is known for.
One shot, gentlemen.
Even after Thibodeau left the Bulls, Gibson remained a Bull for 2.5, or for at least a season and a half. My math is correct. Up until this past February, he was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but now he's reunited with Thibs with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Stephen Curry finally gets an open three-point opportunity and knocks it down. Back to making it a 4-point game. Deng trying to work around the Gibson screen. Pulls up over Nance. Oh, that one wasn't pretty. A little over 2 minutes now. Hardaway inside. And Deng with the foul. Compounded with his 1 of 5 shooting. Not a good game here for Luol Deng from South Sudan. He was an Iron Man for the Bulls for much of his career. Still playing with the Lakers, and he fouls Hardaway. So Hardaway back at the line. Been a close, rugged game so far. Neither team is led by double digits. First free throw is good. As you see, his only field goal so far has been a three-pointer. 0 of 3 from inside the arc. For a player like Hardaway, that's something he's probably going to want to fix. But he's been doing pretty well from the free throw line, able to make both. Now it's a 6-point game. Definitely the largest lead for either side in this game. It's been close. It's been rugged. Here's Butler, able to knock down the mid-range jumper, closes it back to 4. Seth driving, pulls up from the block and scores. Seth Curry's definitely been on an offensive tear here in the second quarter. Some much needed offense for Miami, who shot as bad as 21% at one point. Came into the quarter shooting 32%. Now here's Curry again off the steal. What does he have next? Spin move. Forces it up over Butler. Almost went but didn't go. A little over 1 minute left here in the second. Pass ahead to Rose. Step back mid-ranger. High off the glass, no good. Curry ahead to Stephen. Oh, off the back rim. Davis just couldn't corral the rebound. But Miami still ahead by 6 with 1:04 left in the second quarter. Here's Augustin to Butler. To the rack. Butler doing what he does best. He'll get to the line, and Larry Nance called for his third foul. Rough outing for him. He has barely been in the game. And he already has 3 fouls. That's something Eric Spoelstra might have to deal with here. We'll see if Nance stays in the game for the remaining 50 seconds, but not a good look here with Nance in foul trouble. First free throws up and in, and Parker will return to the game. But it will be for Ed Davis. Second free throw is good, back to 4. So we've been seesawing between a 6 and 4 point margin. Chicago doesn't want this to get out of hand, but the offense has been bubbling up a little bit here for the Heat. Here's Parker working inside, skies over Butler, and it won't go. Korver into the front court to Augustin, taking on Stephen Curry, and loses the ball. Tried to drive inside and didn't take the ball with him. Here comes Austin Rivers. Strong to the rack, he'll draw the foul, and now Noah has 3. First shot up and in. Austin Rivers, the son of Doc. Rivers plays for the Los Angeles Clippers for his father. First time in the NBA that has ever happened. And due to a rash of injuries occurring with the Clippers, Rivers has been called upon to step up into a starter level role. He's had an all right season so far. We'll see how things progress. 6-point game here in Miami. Shot clock is off. Opportunity for one more shot here for the Bulls. Korver with the ball, not good with shots off the dribble. So he'll pass this to Snell. Long range off the front of the rim, no good, and that is half here in Miami. A grinded out game, but Miami prevailing here, 45-39. We'll be back with more after the halftime show here on the Crucial Baskets Network. New half here from Miami. And a loose ball foul called by Ed Davis, who was able to kick that out to Stephen Curry. Rough first half, a little more normalcy in the second half, so we come into the quarter. Chicago shooting 41% from the field, Miami shooting 36% from the field. Turnovers were also a huge story in the first quarter. Those were evened out as well. Chicago comes into the half with 12 after giving up 8 after one quarter. And then 8 for Miami after giving up 7 after a quarter. Wiggins with the ball. He had 14 in the first, but was held scoreless in the second. Jabari Parker working inside. And Noah called for his fourth. And that's a particularly unfortunate foul there by Joakim Noah, because he was right there. He was in the right. He had the verticality with his hands up. But then he just decided to take a swipe at the ball. And he ends up with his fourth foul in the process. On the other side for Miami, Larry Nance also in foul trouble with 3. But we probably won't see him for a little bit, just due to the rotations. First shot goes. Second shot just as good. 6-point game for the son of Sonny Parker, who played for the Warriors in the mid to late 70s. Post entry inside, Butler goes up and draws the foul. That's on Hardaway. Butler with 12. .13 now for Butler. Lucky number 13, 5 of 10 from the field. Quite expected that he would be the offensive engine for Chicago. A little surprising that Derrick Rose hasn't factored at least a little more into the offense in this game. Obviously not who he used to be, but Rose not a bad player. Curry for 3. Just as I said, Rose wasn't a bad player. Rose caught with his hands down. And Curry makes him pay. 7-point game. 10.5 here. Miami finally looking to create some space. Curry's another guy who has been looking to get involved. Miami into the front court. Davis driving, couldn't get past Noah, forces it up. Rebound Deng. In the corner, Gibson. Loses his dribble, gets it to Rose. Rose working inside, pull up jumper, no good. Here's Parker. Now Curry along the free throw line. Time running out here on the shot clock. Step back. No good. Davis put back. Bobbles its way in. Largest lead of the game here, 9. Butler inside, open lane, and able to float it in, no problem. 16 points from Butler. They're going to need every single one of them, as it looks like Miami's trying to make a run here. Oh, stolen by Noah. 4 fouls, but he's been playing great defense all night. Rose, pull up, no good. Noah, put back, also not good. Miami trying to get out on the run. Strong transition defense in this game by Chicago has prevented a lot of fast break points that Miami could have picked up. But that hasn't stopped Miami from doing what they want to do. And Curry, after some jostling, able to get the offensive board, get it to Davis, and Davis is able to score. Leads back up to 9. Butler up top, down to Gibson. All he had to do was explode off his plant feet, but he's not able to score. Hardaway into the front court. Hardaway with 6 coming into the quarter. Curry for 3. Rolls out. Rough shooting game for Stephen Curry in this game. His brother has actually fared better than him in terms of shooting efficiency. Rose. Stopped by Davis, blocked by Davis, collected by Stephen Curry. And that gets the crowd excited, but they're deflated off the Butler steal. Rose facing up Curry. Both of these players have been quiet. You'd have thought that was a matchup to watch in this game. Rose driving, reverse layup is good. So the Heat with a costly turnover, but still winning the turnover battle. Three fewer for them. But it's not sometimes it's not always a matter of how many. Davis able to get that one in over the hands of Noah. I thought that was going to be a block, and it wasn't. 6.5 here in the third. Ball down low, Butler, turn around. Able to knock down the jumper. Butler almost single-handedly keeping the Bulls alive in this. It's been a slow leak. They've been down by 4, then 6, then 4, then 6, and then it became 7, then 9, then 7, then 9, and now the Hardaway 3 makes it 10. And Tom Thibodeau going to call timeout. Chicago needs some offense, not just from Jimmy Butler. Miami ahead 59-49, 5:59 left in the third. It's the Novato Project on the Crucial Baskets Network. Halfway point of the third quarter, and Miami looking to pull away. Stephen Curry was quiet in the first half, but he's starting to pick up some steam. He has 11 points. Tim Hardaway with 9. And for Chicago, Butler has 18 still. The lone double-digit scorer. But Pau Gasol re-entering the game. He has 9 points and 5 rebounds. Seth Curry locked up here by Johnson. Forces up the shot, blocked by Johnson. Impressive defensive stop by James Johnson. And then Curry steals the post entry right back. Here comes Wiggins. Bounces out of the rim. Wiggins hasn't scored since the first quarter, and that will continue as Nance loses the rebound. Ahead to Gasol. He has 11. Time running out on the shot clock. Stephen Curry for 3. Can't knock it down. And tie for the team high in points. Johnson pushing ahead. Nance not afraid to make the stop. He has 3 fouls. That could have put him at 4. But he showed tenacity and was able to get the stop. Curry up top, looking for some answers. Taking on Rose. Spin move. Slight opening of daylight. 13 for Curry. 8 in the first half, but he did not shoot well at all. Ball to Johnson. Driving inside, pulls up, rattles in. The field goal percentages have held pretty steady since the end of since the middle of the second quarter at least. But the big difference here, and the reason that Miami is ahead despite shooting worse, they've taken 3-pointers. The Bulls have almost outright avoided the 3-point line. One made 3-point field goal. And here's another attempt, and though it didn't fall, Miami has still made 8 to Chicago's 1. And that's going to make a difference, especially in today's world of professional basketball. In the NBA and as well here in the Novato Project, just about everybody shoots threes. Here's Curry. Kick out. Wiggins. 3-pointer. There it is. First field goal for Andrew Wiggins since the first quarter. Makes it an 11-point game for Miami, as it seems like they finally have found their groove. Bulls call timeout. We'll be back after this. 11-point game here from Miami. Chicago trying to hang on. Korver for 3 right out of the gate. Made one back in the first half. That one won't go. Nance up top. Shot clock running out. Finds Rivers. Gets it back. Here's Wiggins leading the team in scoring. Seth Curry forces up the 3. In and out. 8 points for Seth Curry. He's been great off the bench so far today. Snell can't hit the pull-up jumper. Rivers in the corner. And the legal screen by Sabonis. 1:45 left here in the third quarter. Ball goes inside to Augustin. Here's Gasol facing up, can't drive, and that one's deflected by Sabonis. Active hands by Domantas Sabonis. Snell looking to inbound. Finally finds Johnson, who's mauled by Nance, and there's Nance's 4th foul of the game with 1.5 minutes left in the third.
At the line for Bulls, James Johnson taking 2 shots.
First free throw up and in. Closes the gap to 10. And the second free throw rolls out. So a 10-point game. James Johnson with 5 now. Also has 4 rebounds to go along with it. Curry by himself, mid-range jumper. I said back in the first, it's a common misconception that Steph Curry can only shoot threes. He can shoot from anywhere whenever he's open, especially when he's open. Post touch down low. Gasol, turn around, no good. Pulled down by Curry down low. Dribble handoff, Wiggins. Back to Curry. Three-pointer up and in. And that brings it up to 15. Miami finding the offense, and it's come from the perimeter. Bulls have yet to match that. And they're paying for it here, as this game's starting to get out of hand. Under a minute remaining. Wiggins pulls up. Won't go. Grittiness can only get you so far. Augustin to Korver. He'll put up the three. And that'll miss off the front of the rim. Rivers half spin. Goes up. And draws the foul, second on Korver.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gibson comes back into the game. Lead extended to 16 with 11 seconds left here in the third. And the shot at the buzzer, good by DJ Augustin. So Miami starting to take to the three-point line as they've gotten control of this game. They're up by 14 after 3. Can Chicago come back? We'll find out after this.
Man, keep fighting, keep fighting, keep fighting every loose ball. Make it hard on them, make them hard.
Back in Miami, a big third quarter for the Heat as they have had leads as large as 16. They're up by 14 now, off the buzzer beater by DJ Augustin, who currently possesses the ball. Perimeter shooting is something that the Bulls are definitely going to have to adjust for heading into next week. Regardless of the outcome of this game, Gibson offensive rebound, able to put it back up and in. Chicago has been winning the rebounding battle, getting second chance points, and that's what had been keeping them in this. Here's Sabonis for the open dunk off the cut to the rim. But the perimeter shooting has been big here for the Heat. Only one made three-point field goal off only 7 attempts for Chicago coming into this quarter. Meanwhile, Miami is 10 of 26. That's a 27-point gap. 27 points left on the table for Chicago. And Miami going to look to cook up some more. Stephen Curry with 4 assists, but he has 18 points now. For a while, it was Wiggins leading the way while Curry was quiet, but he built things up there in the third. Was really the engine, especially when someone like Jabari Parker has been struggling in this game, 0 of 5 from the field. Curry got it going, and now he's leading the Heat with 18 points. Turnaround jumper's good by James Johnson. He has 7. Curry operating on Augustin. Taking him on, isolation. Step back, Charges back at him. Kicks it over. Rivers is open for three. Big glaring mistake by Kyle Korver. Korver helping one pass away. That was a bad idea. Understandable that Curry can be dangerous when he drives, but not at a time like this. That's the 11th made three by Miami. Gasol can't score. Gibson puts it back up and in. So another second chance basket. And that should be a double-double for Taj Gibson. He came into the quarter with 7 points and 8 rebounds. Now it's Curry. Pulls up mid-range. Steph Curry has taken control. He has 20 points and 5 assists. And Thibodeau already going to call timeout. 9:19 remaining. Miami up by 15. We'll have more after this. Augustin gets the inbound. And a blocking foul called on Curry. Augustin in the corner for three. Couldn't shoot it over the Curry closeout. Parker still looking for his first field goal of the game. Still has some time to make right. And the shot going up and in. And there it is. First field goal of the game there for Jabari Parker. Quick give and go to Gasol. And he'll finish underneath. We've already seen 2 blowouts to start out the Novato Project season, but Chicago has not been going down quietly, unlike the New York Knicks and the Houston Rockets before them. Stolen by Deng. Deng trying to force the issue. Pass Hardaway and scores. Davis on the elbow, back up top. Curry works around Hardaway in the corner. Parker got it. Oh, he's starting to get going here in the fourth quarter. That's 5 for Parker. Ball stolen. Here comes Curry the other way. Stops in front of Curry. Oh, tried to get the alley-oop pass to Parker. Underneath Gasol. Other block, Gibson. Hop step. Can't get it over Nance. Gasol and Gibson both with 11. Ball quickly reversed to Hardaway, down low to Davis. Davis takes Gasol head on, unsuccessful. Ball down to Gasol. Posting up, turn around. He's stuck, kicks it out Korver, back outside Augustin. Time running out again on the shot clock. Hard hedge, a little too hard. Nance call for his 5th. And with such a big lead, looks like Spoelstra's just going to leave Nance in the game. And if he fouls, he fouls. Butler, step back. Mid-range, no good. Gibson with the putback. 13 and 11 for Taj Gibson. Curry with an opening. Step back, mid-range shot is good. Butler down low against Parker. Able to draw contact. Only the second foul on Jabari Parker.
Shooting for Chicago, Jimmy Butler. At the line for two.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Second shot up and in. 14-point game now for Miami. Steph Curry leading all scorers with 22. Wiggins with only 3 points in the second half. Can't change that. Davis puts that back up and in. A double-double for Ed Davis. Rose drives, blocked by Davis. Quite the rejection there. 5 minutes left. Parker going inside, underneath the rim, stopped by Gasol, shoots over and can't convert. Spin move. Kicks it out, Rose. Rose going to go to work here against Curry. Driving inside, pulls up over Davis, and he'll pull down the board. And the miss, no good. Only 2 points tonight for Derrick Rose. Not a good evening at all. Not a good start to him playing for his former team in the first week of this short season. Another turnover. Turnovers have been crazy for both sides, but particularly awful for Chicago. 4 minutes left here. Parker finds his way inside. Step back over Gibson is not good. Here's Butler pushing ahead. Cross-court pass. Works its way into the corner. Forces up the shot. And the shot goes the way you would expect a forced shot to go. Big scoring drought here for Chicago, but they're trying to change that. Here's Rose again. Works it to Gibson. Out pops Gasol. That's a shot right there, but he doesn't take it. Leaves it in the hands of Rose. Trying to get past Curry. Forces up that shot. Still won't go. Very forgettable night here for Derrick Rose. Not a forgettable night for Stephen Curry. He has 25. And another timeout as the lead balloons to 19 for Miami with 2:53 left in the fourth. Get a look here at the Jordan Brand player of the game. Stephen Curry was relatively quiet in the first half, as Andrew Wiggins was really the star of that half. But then Stephen Curry really turning things around here, serving as the difference maker in the second half for Miami. He has 25 now, with 17 of those coming in this second half of the game. So he is our Jordan Brand player of the game. A little under 3 minutes remaining. And Chicago will really just look to close the gap. Slam down low by Taj Gibson. He has 15 to go along with 11 points. Curry pulls up, elbow jumper, no good. He wants that call, and now Chicago has numbers. Miami able to recover quickly. Rose to the basket, and that won't go. But Rose has the opportunity to take some shots at the line.
Shooting for Chicago, Derrick Rose at the line for two.
19 has been Chicago's largest deficit, currently down by 17 with under 2 minutes remaining. First shot's up and in. Next up for Chicago is they'll look to recover from this game. It'll be their home opener back in the Windy City, as they will be hosting the Golden State Warriors. Definitely going to be a tall task there. Second shot is good. For Miami, they will remain in Miami, as they will play host to the Houston Rockets, and both of them can counsel each other on, or never mind, Miami will host Houston. Houston was the one that was blown out by Minnesota yesterday, and Miami is going to be the victor on this side of the ledger. I was going to say something to the effect of both teams dealing with being blown out, but that is not the case here from Miami, as the Heat will enjoy more home cooking next week. Miami's game next week will be on Sunday the 17th, while the Bulls will kick off week 2 on December 14th. Ed Davis fouled underneath by Gasol. Gasol has been a steady presence off of the bench in this game, as he already has a double-double, but not much more out of him. After a loss like this, and the same thing goes for the likes of New York and Houston, you wonder what lineup changes they're going to make next week to prevent something like this from happening again. Because in the case of Chicago, for instance, who again start off next week hosting Golden State, it's not going to get much easier for them. In week 3, Chicago will have to head out on the road. Miami won't have to head out on the road until week 3. As they will take on Minnesota. That will be Minnesota's first road game of the year. Or for Minnesota's first home game of the year. A little over a minute remaining, and Rose finally has an open path to the lane. And he's going to have the opportunity for one more as he gets past Ed Davis. And a frustration yell there from Derrick Rose, hoping for better days. I'm sure of that. Started off with such a great career, ended up being sidelined by multiple injuries. Currently a Cleveland Cavalier. Had to take some personal time away from the team. He's since returned, and now it turns out he may have more injuries on tap for him. So a really critical time here in Derrick Rose's real career. Going to try to make things better with his virtual avatar in the Novato Project. Rivers hands it off to Seth Curry as the subs are all in the game. This one's out of hand. Seth Curry finally in double digits, so both of the brothers over 10 points. Stephen Curry with just a few more, 27 to be exact. Noah back in the game. Here's Rose. Gonna try to get a couple more points here before he might have to sit down. He will there. Gibson and Butler are waiting to come into the game, so Rose might be able to play out the string if we get another dead ball stoppage. Miami burning off some clock here. There's Curry, more than happy to put that one up, but it won't go. Shot clock is off. We'll see if Chicago will hold the ball. They won't. Snell, he wanted to close that gap there, but that won't go. 13-point game, that'll do it here from Miami. A closer game than the other two that we've seen this week, but in the end, Stephen Curry taking control in the second half, giving Miami the 94-81 victory. Coming up next for us tomorrow, it'll be the Orlando Magic and Golden State Warriors closing out the week in Oakland. Next up for Chicago next week, they will be hosting Golden State, and Miami will be hosting Houston next week. So that'll do it here from Miami. I'm Raymond Sims. Thank you for watching. This has been a presentation of the Novato Project on the Crucial Baskets Network. Once again, your final score from Miami, 94-81. Have a good one.